Hello everybody and welcome to our Parsha Puppet Show. This week's Parsha is two Parshios, that's right, Tazria and Metzorah. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. It's gonna be a long one. Oh no, baby's crying. I can't stand babies crying. Let's see if the pacifier will work. Oh, hi baby.
Don't try to get me quiet. I'm crying.
Baby, please calm down. Calm down. It's okay. What's the matter, baby? What's the matter?
I'm so sad. My mother can't bring a korban for me.
What? Well, let me get this straight. There's a baby crying because your mother can't bring a korban for you?
That's right.
What? Could you please explain?
Well, in this week's Parsha, Hashem commands that when a baby boy is born, after 7 days, his mother will be impure and immersed in a mikveh, and then on the 8th day, the baby has a bris milah.
Wonderful! Isn't that special? So why are you so sad?
Well, the Torah says that after 33 days of special pure days of my mother could bring a special korban in the Beis HaMikdash.
A korban in the Beis HaMikdash? Why would a woman who just gave birth have to bring a korban in the Beis HaMikdash?
Hey, you're the rabbi over here. Didn't you study about this?
Well,
Okay, well, I'll tell you. There's a few different opinions.
Sure. Well, please tell us all about it. Why does a woman need to bring a korban when she just had a baby?
Well, there's 2 different opinions. According to the Ramban, it's because she needs to bring a chatas, a sin offering, because when she was in pain, when she was having the baby, she probably swore to Hashem never to have another baby, and now she doesn't mean it anymore, so she says sorry.
Oh, okay.
Probably because the baby's so cute, so she wants to have another one.
Oh, well, not when you're crying like that. Oh, but please don't. Oh, gosh, I can't stand that sound when the babies cry.
I know how to get you quiet.
Okay, so, and are there any other opinions about why your mom would bring a korban if we had a Beis HaMikdash right now?
Well, there's also another opinion from Rabbeinu Bechaya.
Rabbeinu Bechaya, wow, what does he say?
Well, he says that since a woman gets pain in childbirth because of the sin of the Eitz Hadas, that Chava ate the fruit in Gan Eden she wasn't supposed to eat, and Hashem gave her a punishment that from then on she and all women would have pain when they would have a baby. So she brings a korban for forgiveness for Chava for the sin of the Eitz Hadas.
Wow, that is very interesting. Are there any more opinions? One more, okay.
The Sefer HaChinuch says to thank Hashem for having a miracle.
A miracle? What miracle happened?
Me!
You? You're a miracle? Oh, yes, you're a miracle. Yes. Okay, but just kidding. I know every time a baby is born, it's a tremendous miracle. A new life comes into this world. It is really, really special. That is a beautiful reason to bring a korban. So what korban would your mother bring if she could bring a korban?
Well, if we had a Beis HaMikdash, she could bring a male lamb in its first year for a Ola offering, and then for a Chatas offering, she would bring a bird, like a young dove, or a turtle dove, or a young dove.
Wow, that's so interesting.
But if she couldn't afford it, it was too expensive, she could actually bring 2 birds, one for a Chatas and one for an Ola. You know, it could get pretty expensive.
Oh yeah, I see those ladies back there on the way to the Beis HaMikdash.
Oh, how come they got to go?
Oh baby, stop crying.
I want Mashiach now, so we can have a Beis HaMikdash and bring korbanos.
You know, that is a special lesson, boys and girls, that we could learn from babies and young children. When they want something, they never give up. They never stop crying until they get it. Right, baby? Oh, please stop. Oh, please, here's your pacifier.
I want Mashiach now.
Okay, I'll make you feel a little better. I'll tell you a little Devar Torah.
Oh, Okay, I'll stop crying if you tell me a Dvar Torah.
What a smart baby over here. Well, you see, I heard that Mashiach's coming is just like a baby being born.
What? How is that?
Well, when a baby is inside of its mother's belly, it's just like when the Jewish people are in Galus, are outside of the land of Israel, and we do not see Hashem revealed in the world.
Oh yeah, like because when I was in my mother's stomach, my eyes were closed. I didn't see anything.
Right, and also the baby gets food not through its mouth, but through its belly, through a special cord. Oh, I'm sorry, you ticklish?
Yeah.
Okay, through a special cord called the umbilical cord, and that's where the food goes in, so it doesn't even go through the top, it goes through the lower parts of the baby. And just like when the Jewish people are outside of Israel, well, we do mitzvos and it gives us energy, but the energy, we don't understand what the mitzvos are accomplishing. We just do the mitzvos without understanding them, without tasting them. But when Mashiach will come, our eyes will be open. We will see Hashem in the world, and the mitzvahs that we do will be like going through our mouth. We'll taste them and understand them and be enthusiastic about them and not just do them like habits.
Wow, that is a wonderful explanation. Thank you so much. You made me happy. Cuckoo, I'm not crying.
The next topic in the Parsha is the laws of Tzaras, a special type of disease that we don't have these days anymore. As you can see behind me, looks like a Kohen is busy getting ready to check out the Tzaras on the skin of a person. Hey dude, did someone say Metzorah? Who are you? I'm Metzorah dude. Hello man. Whoa, check this guy out. What do you mean you're Metzorah dude? Do you have Tzaras? Yeah man, check it out on my hand. Whoa! Oh, but wait, aren't you supposed to be in quarantine outside the camp? Yeah man, well the rabbi said because I'm a puppet and everything that I don't have to go. Whew. Oh, so you're not a real Metzorah? No, it's just for a puppet show. Oh, Baruch Hashem, I got nervous there. Sir, why is your hair so long? It's getting in your face. What's going on? Well man, the Metzorah is supposed to, grow his hair long and like tear his clothes and go outside the camp and everything. Wow, are you serious? Yeah, man. And he had to go to the Kohen to check him out to see if he was impure or not. Go to the Kohen? Why the Kohen? Why couldn't he go to a doctor? Well, man, the Kohen is like the man of kindness and chesed. So if you're going to go to anyone to pronounce you impure or tell you that you did something wrong, you should go to a man of kindness, a Kohen. He'll be nice to you, not scream at you or anything. Oh, so interesting. So the lesson is, I guess, if we ever have to tell someone that they did something wrong, we should do it in a kind way, like a Kohen, and not be mean and nasty about it. That's right, man. You catch on quick for someone from California. Hey, actually, I'm from Brooklyn. But who's from California over here? I don't know, man. All right, let's not make fun of Californians. I live there right now. So anyway, could you tell us, Mr. Metzorah dude, why exactly does Tzaras come? Well, anyway, Mr. Metzorah, that's Metzorah dude, sir. Okay, Mr. Metzorah dude. So why exactly does a person get Tzaras? Oh, well, man, I don't want to really talk about it, on live, on live recording or anything. Oh, why? Is it embarrassing? Well, sort of, Oh, okay. I mean, well, you're not really a real Metzorah, so, we could just say this is just for educational purposes only, right? Okay, man, if you insist. You get to be a Metzorah. The Rambam says it's a punishment for Lashon Hara, speaking gossip. Gossip? Like speaking bad about people, even if it's true, like saying, Rabbi Wagshal, he likes to play with puppets and everything. Hey, that's true. Yeah, right. So, that would be like Lashon Hara if I told people that. Oh, okay, so even if it's true, you're not allowed to just say something which may be negative about someone. That's right, man. So Hashem gives the Tzaras as like a warning for the person to do tshuva. Yeah, you're like totally getting it. So, so what happens? So, how does a Kohen know if the the person is really tamei. Well, the Kohen has to look, like you see in the picture there. If there's like three types of tsaras colors, se'ed, sapachat, and beheret, like snow white, like egg color white, and a wool white. And if you got one of those, and you got two of your darker hairs turned white, then the Kohen would pronounce you impure. Oh wow. That's not so good. And what happens if you're impure? Well, then you got to go like outside the camp until you get pure. Oh, for how long is that? Well, like 7 days, man. Wow, that's not great. That could really spoil your travel plans. Well, actually, no. The Kohen, I told you, he was a man of kindness. Like if you were like in the middle of something really important, like it was your wedding, or if it was like a holiday or something, and you were like hanging with your family, the Kohen would not come. The Kohen would not come. Why? If a person has tsaras, well, the Torah says that the Kohen would come on a special day, and our rabbis tell us he wouldn't come on days that would be inconvenient, like if it was the day of your wedding, or your week of your wedding, or a day of a chag. He would let you finish those mitzvot and then come. Wow, that's very sensitive. We could really learn from that we have to be sensitive to every person, even a person who is speaking Lashon Hara and is not doing the right thing. Hashem still makes it important that they should be allowed to do mitzvahs like getting married and celebrating a chag, like eat matzah on Pesach. Hashem considers their mitzvahs to be very important and makes sure they're allowed to get it done. It's right, man. Well, thank you very much, Metzorah dude, for talking to us today. No problem, man. I think I gotta go get a haircut. Yeah, you better. So Mr. Cohen, maybe we could have a word with you.
Yes, what would you like?
Well, the kids are very interested to know, like, the laws of the Tzara. So how do you know if the person is Tamei or not?
Well, as you can see over here, I'm inspecting him. You see, what we have to do is if he has a white spot, and if it's a very, very white color, and it looks like it's deeper than the skin, because it's so white, then we have to see, we have to tell him if that this spot is not, if it's not white or not deeper than the skin, then it may not be impure. We put him for 7 days outside of the camp by himself.
And then what happens after that?
Well, then I come out and I check him. If it's spread, then he's tamei.
Oh no, that's not good.
If it does not spread, then we make him, but it doesn't get better, we make him wait another week.
Another week? Oh my gosh, you could be out there for 2 weeks. That sounds really difficult.
If it stays, or it gets less, then he is pure.
Oh, Baruch Hashem. But are there other types of colors?
Yes, there are other colors. Sometimes if he has a se'eris, then he has like a white that's like more like an egg white. Then if a healthy skin, sometimes if there is white hairs inside the white, then it could be considered tamei.
Oh, white hairs, so the black hairs turn white.
That's right. But sometimes it's tricky.
Oh, when could it be tricky?
Well, if there's like fresh, nice skin inside the white.
Oh, it's like skin, like regular skin color inside the white area.
That's right. But the Torah says, don't be confused, that still means that he's tamei.
Oh, wow, that's interesting. Okay, well, thank you very much, Mr. Cohen, for sharing some of the tips with us. Wow, sounds like really complicated. Baruch Hashem, the Cohen studies those laws very well. Boys and girls, we have with us today a very interesting specimen. I don't know how he managed to get over here, but we have a totally white tsaras man.
Hello, I'm totally white. I have tsaras all over my whole body.
Wow, tsaras over your whole body. Does it hurt?
Actually, no, it doesn't hurt.
Wow. Sir, so definitely you must have been like really impure. You probably had to stay out for like a year until you healed, right?
Actually, the Torah says if you have tsarat on your whole body, you're pure.
Tsaras on your whole body, you're pure? But that doesn't make any sense. If a little spot is impure, then why, if you have tsaras on your whole body, are you pure?
Well, there are different opinions about that. Would you want to hear it?
Sure. Tell us, please.
Well, one opinion, according to the Ibn Ezra, says that it shows that the tsaras has exited the system and is trying to get out. That's why it's coming on the whole body.
Oh, so like we have a little tsaras, it means it's still inside, but when you have it on your whole body, the Ibn Ezra is trying to say that your body's pushing it out and it's getting rid of it.
That's right.
Wow, does everyone agree with that?
No, Rabbeinu Bachaya says that it's a chok, that it doesn't make any sense, but that's what Hashem wants, and we have to listen.
Actually, that reminds me. I once learned in the Gemara, in the Talmud said that when Mashiach will come, one of the signs of Mashiach will come is that all the governments in the world will go against Hashem, will not believe in Hashem. And the Gemara brings proof from this law. I forgot about it. The Gemara says that just like a person who has saras everywhere is pure, if the whole entire world, all the governments of the world are going against Hashem, that means that it's a sign that the world is becoming pure. I guess that the Ibn Ezra would explain that shows the world is getting rid of the evil and getting ready for Mashiach. Or maybe Rabbeinu Bachai would explain that the world is just going to be saved by Hashem without any reason because the world is pretty bad. Wow. Either way, thank you so much.
No problem. I gotta go now.
Okay, see you later. Okay, boys and girls, we have a very special doctor over here. Doctor, can you please tell us, the children would really like to know, have you ever encountered that saras?
Yeah, well, sometimes we have
saras, on patients that have had, different scars and everything. We have to bring them to the Kohen. Oh, really? Why is that? Well, sometimes it could just be, part of the scar, the healing process, and sometimes it could be really tsaras. Oh, well, how would you know? What would be the sign? Well, if there were streaks of white and red, and it was getting deeper than the skin. Wow, very interesting. Then that would be a sign that it was that it was tummy. Well, if the hair turned white, then it was tummy. But if not, they would put him 7 days in quarantine. Oh, interesting. Thank you, doctor. And then what would happen? If it would spread, then he was tummy. If it would spread, he was tummy. But if it doesn't spread, then it's just the scar tissue. That means that the body is is healing. One more question for you, doctor. Did you ever have a person? The Torah talks about saras on a burn. If somebody got a burn, did you ever have such a situation? Oh yes, it happens all the time. If there's like a burn and it gets better, and then there is red and white spots on the burn, and 2 white hairs, and the appearance of the whiteness is like deeper than the skin, then it's definitely tummy. Oh wow, so even on a burn. Yeah, even on the burn. Oh wow, and what happens if there's no white hair, or if it's not deeper than the skin? Well, then you got to put him in quarantine 7 days outside the camp and see what happens. Oh, and then what happens? Well, after quarantine, if it spreads, he's tummy. Oh no. If it's the same or it fades, then he's tahar. Okay, very interesting. Thank you so much, doctor. Yeah, I gotta go back to my patients now. See you later. Okay, thank you very much. Hey, look at that, boys and girls. Metzorah dude is back. How you doing, Metzorah dude? Not so good, dude. What's the matter? Oh, I got like a spot on I got a nesek. A nesek? What's a nesek? On my beard, man. Oh, wow, check out his beard. He's got a white spot over there. Oh, no. Oh, what happened over there? Well, dude, you see, if you get a white spot on your beard or on any place where you have hair, well, the Kohen has to check it if it's very white and there's some 2 gold hairs there. Gold hairs? Oh, so last time it was white hairs. So on the place where you have hair, it has to be gold. That's right, man. You're paying attention. Okay, so if there's 2 gold hairs, yeah, then you're tummy. Oh, okay. And what if it's not? Well, then you got to go into 7 days of quarantine. 7 days of quarantine. Okay. And then what happens? Well, if it spreads or becomes gold, then he's tummy. But if not, then the Kohen has to shave all the hair around the tsaras, leaving 2 hairs nearby as a border to see if it spreads. Oh, wow. That's a good strategy. So he'll know down to the very hairs if it's spreading more hairs or not. That's right. And if it does spread or the hair turns gold, then it's tameh. But if not, okay, then he's tohar. Wow. Phew! That's a long process. So it could take like 2 weeks to figure that out. Yeah, that's right, man. And what happens if we just have like white spots, on his skin that are not so bright like these other colors? It's called bohak. Bohak? Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, well, that's not tameh, man. Oh, Baruch Hashem. Okay. Well, thank you very much, Metzorah dude. Good luck with your nesek over there. Well, boys and girls, we have today a very smiling and happy man without any hair. Sir, why are you smiling?
Well, because the Parsha says if his hair falls out, then he cannot get a nesek. So I'm happy I cannot get a nesek, saras on the hair.
Ah, that would make sense. You can't get saras on your hair if you have no hair.
Wait a second. This is Rabbi Parsha.
Oh, hi, Rabbi Parsha. What's going on?
I just want to tell you, excuse me, sir, don't be so happy. You can still get saras.
Uh-oh. How?
Well, you cannot get a nesek, but if you have the saras on the regular skin, like the streaked red and white spots, okay, and it's very bright, deeper than the skin, then you could be still called saras. If you have saras, like streaked red and white spot on your skin, and it's very bright and a deeper appearance than the skin, you are still going to be tameh for regular saras on the skin, even though your hair fell out.
Ah, so if your hair falls out, it's treated like regular skin.
That's right.
Oh well, I guess you could still be happy that you can't get an nesek. Hi, Chaim, how are you?
Hey, Rabbi Wagshul, how's it going?
Where are you off to?
Well, I thought I would do some chesed.
Oh, chesed, kindness. Where you go? Oh my gosh, who are those people with those hoods over their heads?
I'm going to do chesed and give food to the Metzorahs that are outside of the city.
Metzorahs outside the city? Why are the Metzorahs outside the city?
Well, don't you know that if someone is found to be a Metzorah and they're tameh, they have to tear their clothes.
Tear their clothes?
They have to pull a hood down over their eyes, down to their mustache.
Down to their mustache. Oh, yeah, I could see that.
And they have to cry, Tameh, Tameh, I'm impure, so that everybody will stay away from them.
Oh, wow. Well, it's such a chesed that you're doing, Chaim, bringing them food and taking care of them. Just don't get too close, they have to be in isolation.
Oh, of course, I know.
Why is it, why is it that Hashem made that they have to be in isolation away from people?
Did you never learn Rashi?
Rashi? Oh yeah, Rashi on the Chumash. What does Rashi say?
Well, Rashi explains that our rabbis tell us that because these people, when they spoke Lashon Hara, they made people not like each other and stay away from each other, so they have to feel what it feels like to do teshuvah. They have to go away from everybody and stay outside the camp.
Oh, wow. Oh, I hope these people get better soon and talk nicer.
Yeah, Bezras Hashem, I think so.
Hey, Metzorah dude, what are you doing back here? Oh, well, I'm worried, man. I just read in the Parsha that Tzarat could not only come on your body, but going to come on your clothing or your, things. Oh, that's right. As you can see in the picture over here, Tzarat could come on clothing if there's a dark red or dark green spot, Metzorah dude. The Kohen has to lock that thing away for 7 days, and if he sees that it spread, then that object has to be burnt in fire. Oh no, I hope my surfboard doesn't get burnt. Surfboard? Yeah, my surfboard has some spots on it. I don't know, Metzorah. Somehow I don't think this applies to surfboards. Anyway, as we were learning over here, so if it doesn't spread, then the Kohen should wash it, wash off the stain, and let it go for another 7 days. Okay, and if it grows dimmer and it doesn't spread, then they just cut out that piece. Okay, just cut out the red or green piece, and then if it doesn't come back, then great, they could dip it in the waters of the mikvah and it's pure. Of course, it does come back, then the whole thing needs to be burnt. Well, so why does it have to be washed twice, one time for the stain, then again before purity? It's a good question. It might be connected to the idea of teshuvah. When we do teshuvah, if we did something wrong, well, there's two karbanos. There's a karban chatas and a karban ola. The Korban Chatas is a sin offering to say sorry to Hashem. Like if you hurt your brother or your friend's feelings, you say sorry, and they may forgive you. But you may not still be as good friends as before. So then, the Korban Olah is like a present. You give your brother or your friend a present, say, hey, let's be friends just like before. Let me give you a present to make up for you for what I did. And that is maybe the second time we wash. First time we do teshuvah, and then we do something extra to purify ourselves, to do extra teshuvah to come close to Hashem. Well, man, the Torah is so cool, dude. So I guess my surfboard is pure, right? Yeah, I think so. I think it's talking about garments. I don't know if surfboards. Well, I gotta ride my surfboard. Okay, maybe you better go ask Rabbi Parsha. I don't know about surfboards. Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to Parshas Metzorah. This is the second of the double Parshios that we have this week. And now, we're going to let Mashiach. Rabbi Parsha, we're in the middle of a Parsha puppet show. I know, that's why I'm singing. But Rabbi Parsha, what does this Parsha have to do with Mashiach? Well, did you know the Talmud says that Mashiach is a Metzorah? Mashiach is a Metzorah, but a Metzorah is someone who spoke Lashon Hara. Did Mashiach do something bad? No. But during the times of the Golus, Mashiach is like a Metzorah because he has the impurity of all the Jewish people on him. And when Mashiach is ready to come, he will come and heal the world from our tzaras, just like a person who has tzaras and becomes better is purified and becomes closer to Hashem than ever before. Oh wow, that sounds really special. Yeah, and the reason why Parsha Tazria and Metzorah come together in most years is because Parsha Tazria speaks about when the Metzorah is tameh, impure, and the signs of how he becomes impure, and that reminds us of the Golus when the Jewish people became impure. And Parsha Metzorah reminds us of the purification when the Metzorah becomes pure, like Mashiach coming. Oh, okay. So we want it to come together, so Mashiach should come quicker, right? Yeah, but there's another meaning. It means that all the mitzvahs that we do during the Tazria stage, during the stage when we are impure in the times of Golus, those are the things that bring us very soon to the Metzorah stage, to the purification and the healing of the Metzorah with the coming of Mashiach. Well, boys and girls, we're back with Metzorah dude. Can you tell us what's going on over here? Well, dude, it's very special. Today, Metzorah is being healed from his tzaras. Oh, wow. So what do you have to do to heal the Metzorah from the tzaras? Well, you need some real special things. The Kohen explained to me. We're gonna need two birds. 2 birds? Yeah, we're gonna need birds. Why do you need birds to purify the Metzorah? Well, it's like a reminder that just like birds like to Twitter, and chat a lot and tweet. Well, the Metzorah should remember not to be twittering and talking. Oh, like Twitter, that social media thing? Yeah, man, no Lashon Hara on Twitter. Okay, no Lashon Hara on Twitter. We're kids, we don't really go on Twitter. Well, you should tell your parents, man. No Lashon Hara, that's what the twittering birds remind us of. Oh, okay. And what else did they have? Well, they had a stick of a cedar tree. A stick of a cedar tree? Why? Well, the cedar tree is one of the tallest trees, and that's how the Metzorah got to be, in a situation, because he was like a show-off, like a big shot, thought he was taller than everyone else. Ah. And then you need to have a red string dyed with the blood of a red worm. Ugh. Why? Well, you also need a hyssop plant, a little teeny lowly plant. Why those 2 items? Well, to remind the Metzorah that the way for him to get better, man, is for him to be humble, like a lowly, creepy worm, or like a lowly plant, and make himself humble. That's how he's going to get better. So what do they do next? Well, the Kohen takes the first bird, and he shechts it, he kills it, and the blood spills into an earthenware vessel with spring water. Then he ties with the string, the cedar stick, and the hyssop together, and dunks it with the live bird in the water. Ooh. And then what? Then he sprinkles it 7 times on the Metzorah, that's me, and then he sends the other bird flying free on the face of the field. Oh, flying free. That sounds exciting. That's right, man. And then the Metzorah has to go immerse his garments and get a haircut. Get a haircut? Wow. Hey, yo dude, check me out, I got my haircut. Wow, Metzorah dude, Baruch Hashem, you got a haircut. Yeah man, it was really difficult having such long hair until I could be purified. So afterwards you shave all your hair and you go to the mikvah and you have to stay 7 days in the camp, but you can't go back to your own home tent then. Well, on the 7th day you have to get like a new shave, like shave off your hair, even your beard and eyebrows. Whoa, even the beard and the eyebrows. Yeah, every hair that you can see. Like, you don't have to go in your nose hairs or anything. That would be gross. Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, so on the 8th day, after you went to the mikvah on the 7th day and shaved your hair, you brought 2 male lambs for a chatas and olah, and 1 perfect female lamb in its first year as a chatas offering, 3/10 of an ephah of fine flour mixed with oil, plus 1 log of olive oil for a mincha. Whoa, Metzorah dude, that sounds like a lot of ingredients. Are you serious? You had to be rich to afford all that. Well, if you were a poor Metzorah, actually, if you can see behind me, there's 2 Metzorahs. The one over there on that side, he's the rich one. He's got the 3 sheep. There's actually a korban for the poor Metzorah too. Oh, really? Well, let me first finish the korban of the rich Metzorah. So he would shech the male lamb as an asham, and the blood was placed on the right ear of the Metzorah. Oh, so like your right ear, on the cartilage of your ear. That's right. Also on the thumb of his right thumb. Oh, and his big toe. Do you have any toes? No, dude. No toes. I'm a puppet. Oh, wow. Then, afterwards, they would take the oil, and the Kohen would pour the oil in his left palm, and take his right index finger like this, and dip it into his left palm and sprinkle it 7 times towards the Kodesh HaKadoshim. Oh, wow. And then he would put that oil on the right ear, the right thumb, and right big toe. Oh, wow. That's so interesting. Then he would bring the other lamb as a chatas, followed by the olah, and then the mincha offering of all the flour and oil. Wow, that's so interesting. But what about the poor Metzorah? What would he do? Well, he would only have to bring 1 lamb as an asham, and they would do the whole ceremony, and he would only need 1/10 of an ephah of fine flour. He would also still need a log of oil. As for the other 2 korbanos, he could just use birds, which are much cheaper, man, and do the same ceremony just with birds. Oh, that's so interesting. Wow, Hashem really cares to make sure that a poor person is able to get taken care of. That's right, man. Boys and girls, we are here to interview Mr. Monopoly. Mr. Monopoly, how are you today? I'm doing very good. I just passed go and got $200. Oh, wow, he just passed go. So what are you going to do with all that money? I'm going to sponsor the offering of a poor Metzorah. You're going to sponsor the offering of a poor Metzorah? Actually, Mr. Monopoly, did you notice an interesting halacha? If you're rich and a poor Metzorah's offering is cheaper, if you're sponsoring it, you have to pay the rich Metzorah's offering. What? I didn't know that. Yeah, you actually do. Isn't that interesting? So if you're the rich guy, you got to pay for the 3 lambs and not the 1 lamb. Oh, okay, well, I got plenty of Monopoly money. I don't think you pay Monopoly money. It's got to be silver shekels, maybe. Anyway, this teaches us a very interesting halacha. It teaches you that every Jew is responsible for one another. If Mr. Monopoly could sponsor the offering of a poor Metzorah, that means he is able to bring forgiveness on that Metzorah. One Jew could help another. Yeah, and did you also know that if you don't want to know the secret of how I got so rich? What's the secret of how you got so rich? Well, I used to be a very poor person. Oh, really? And I wanted to sponsor the offering of a rich Metzorah. Rich Metzorah. And I didn't have the money. Oh, well, if I figured out that if you pledge to give tzedakah more than you have, Hashem blesses you and you'll be able to give it. Oh, wow. So if you want to be rich like Mr. Monopoly, definitely pledge to give a lot of tzedakah and Hashem will help you out. Thank you so much, Mr. Monopoly. Yeah, no problem. Hello, Chaim. What's going on? Where are you going? Rabbi Wagshel, something weird is going on. What's going on? Well, my new neighbors who moved in down the block, They're taking all of their stuff out of the house. I think they're moving. Actually, Chaim, I don't think they're moving. What's going on? Why are they taking all this stuff outside the house? Chaim, I think the Kohen is there. Yeah, well, why is the Kohen in their house? Well, because, did you know that saras could grow on houses too? What? Why would saras grow on houses? Well, Hashem said that He will bring saras on houses when the Jewish people come into Israel. But why? Why would Hashem do that? Our rabbis tell us in the Midrash that the people who lived in the land of Canaan, the Amorim, would hide their treasures in the walls of their houses because they didn't want the Jewish people to get it when they came to conquer the land of Israel. Oh, wow. So Hashem put the saras on the houses so they could find it. That's right. When they would break the walls of the house, they would find the treasures. Cool. So what happened next? The Kohen, they would take everything out of the house because Hashem didn't want the people to lose their money, because if the house was tamei, then everything inside of it would become impure, and some of the dishes, like earthenware vessels, you couldn't make pure again. They had to be broken. Wow, Hashem even cares about little earthenware pots. Wow, we have to be really careful not to damage things unnecessarily. If it was deep red or green and appeared deeper than the wall, they would close up the house for 7 days. And after 7 days, they would see if it spread, then they would take out those stones and put them outside the city in an impure place. And they would wait. They would replaster the wall, make it nice and new again, and then wait another 7 days. If the saras did not come back, then the house was pure. But if it came back, then they had to break down the whole house. Oh no! I hope that doesn't happen to my friend's house. Yeah, and anyone who goes in that house while it's impure has to wash their clothes and become impure. Oh no, I'm not going to go in there. The way to make a house purified is similar after a Metzorah is similar to the way that a Metzorah is purified. They take the same 2 birds and the red string and the cedar and the hyssop, and they sprinkle 7 times towards the house. And it's interesting, the Gemara says, Chaim, that this was not done in a house in Yerushalayim. Why not? Because it was only done, it says, on your house, but not on a house that belonged to all the Jewish nation. The houses in Yerushalayim were like a national property. Oh wow, that's so interesting. Another thing is, sometimes it was a punishment for misers. Misers? What's a miser? A miser is a person who never wants to help anyone. So people came knocking on his door and said, do you have a shovel to lend me? And he said, no. Well, when he gets saras on his house and they have to take everything out, everyone could see what he really had in there. Hey Chaim, what are you doing over here by the mikvah?
Oh, I'm so embarrassed. I was caught with my hand in the cookie jar 3 times this week. I have to do teshuvah and purify myself.
What, Chaim? The cat in the cookie jar. Chaim, well, if you took some cookies, maybe you should give them back.
I ate them already.
Oh, that's not good. Well, maybe you should volunteer to make some more cookies. Maybe. Where did you get this idea that you have to go to the mikveh if you had 3 times the cookies in the cookie jar? You got caught with your hand in the cookie jar. Well, in the Parsha, it says that if a person became unclean 2 times or 3 times, they have to go to the mikveh and wait for 7 days. Oh, you're talking about the zav. Interesting. Well, that's a little bit of a more advanced halacha for your age, but actually, there's a very interesting lesson that kids could learn from it. The Torah tells us that if a person, a man or a woman, is impure, they have an impurity called zav, that they have a discharge coming out of their body. Something is coming out of their body that's not healthy, and sometimes it could happen because they ate some of the wrong foods, or they picked up something too heavy. So if it happened once, then they just go to the mikvah and they become pure the next day. But if it happened twice in the same day, or even one day after the other, then they have to wait 7 days and to see if they're pure. And if it happened 3 times in a row, they have to even bring a korban when they're done 7 pure days. And you know, I heard a beautiful explanation that this reminds us of people that are having a little bit of a problem with their behavior, like their hands caught in the cookie jar. Like me? Well, sometimes a little accident happens. Our Yetzer Hara tricks us and we accidentally give in and we do the wrong thing. Yeah, that's what happened the first time. With the cookies, that smelled so delicious. But then sometimes we, let our Yetzer Hara get away with it, and we do it more than once, and that's when it gets more impure. Oh yeah. And then sometimes it's such a bad habit that we just do it time after time, 3 times in a row, and we do something that we really know we shouldn't do, but we keep listening to our Yetzer Hara because we listen so many times. Yeah, I know, I really have to stop taking cookies from the cookie jar. Yes, Chaim, but there's a message over here from this mitzvah. The message is that even after 3 times, the person could still become pure and bring a korban. So there is hope. Yeah, there is hope. Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem. Da, 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 da. Hello, boys and girls. Excuse me, madam. Are you a queen?
No, I'm not a queen.
Oh, you're not a queen. Well, you're dressed like royalty.
Yes, I'm one of the righteous women who went out of Mitzrayim, and we got all of the gold and the jewelry from the Egyptians on our way out.
Wow, that is really special. What are you doing here in this Parsha?
Well, I just wanted to leave you with a message. The end of the Parsha speaks about special mitzvos, about Jewish women and mothers, and you should know that the Torah tells us that in the merit of the righteous ladies of the generation of the Jews went out of Egypt, Hashem took the Jewish people out of Mitzrayim.
Oh, really? So, why? What did the women do?
Well, when Paro decreed to throw all the babies in the river and make the men work so hard and separate them from their families, the women used to make their husbands yummy food and give them strength and help them come home so that they could continue having children and continue growing their families. And they believed in Hashem. They believed in Hashem, that Hashem would save them. And because of this tremendous belief of the Jewish woman, that's how the Jews survived and had more children to go out of Mitzrayim.
Wow, that's very special. And what does it have to do with this Parsha?
Well, in this week's Parsha, at the end, it speaks about mitzvos that are involved in Jewish mothers keeping the mitzvah of Taharat HaMishpacha, family purity, special mitzvos that you'll learn about when you get older. However, these mitzvos of a Jewish woman, when they get married, the Jewish woman, the mother, is the one who makes the house filled with Torah and mitzvos, and it's because of her and because of the holiness that she brings into the home that is how the Jewish families are built, with holy children who love to learn Torah and do mitzvos. And that is what's going to bring Mashiach now.
Wow, what an amazing thought. Thank you very much, righteous lady, and I hope that very soon Mashiach will come in the merit of all the righteous mommies, especially the righteous mommies that are now homeschooling all of their kids while all their kids are quarantined watching Parsha puppet shows. Anyway, I would also like to mention that this puppet show is in honor of the speedy recovery of all of those who are sick with the virus or any type of illness. They should have a speedy recovery. Specifically, my brother-in-law, Rafal Shlomo ben Miriam, and my nephew who had an operation, Arya Mendel ben Chayesara, and David ben Shoshan, and everyone who needs a refuah shalema. May Hashem bless all Klal Yisrael and the whole world with healing, and Mashiach now.
It's time to say good Shabbos, 'cause all your work is done. I'm gonna spend